Over the last year of building my business, I was fortunate enough to learn in a short period what sometimes take a lifelong to learn. I made a lot of mistakes at the beginning of my journey and I don't want you to go through the same mistakes. It costed me $10,000 plus and tons of time to learn everything, and for you it's going to cost you only the time you spent watching this video, because I'm going to share with you 8 lessons I have learned after investing into several coaches and failing 3 businesses. These things allowed me to go from entrepreneur to entrepreneur really quickly, and I believe anyone can learn from this and apply in their own lives. Welcome to my channel. My name is Berk and I help coaches attract pre-sold clients without using paid ads. Lesson number 1 is to invest in yourself. No other investment will bring as much return of investment as investing in yourself. Think of everything as a video game. You get to the next level by developing your character. It is the same in real life and business. Instead of investing into S&P 500, invest into S&Me 500. Lesson number 2 is to play around to initiate strength. If you're good at writing, you need to build something around writing. For example, you can build a coaching business around writing. You can build a copywriting business around writing. You can build business helping others get better at English. You can also build better around teaching others how to write better. There are tons of ideas, but the main point here is to play around to initiate strength and build business around them. At my case, I was actually good at organic growth because I had my Instagram theme page business where I was growing theme pages on Instagram. And of course, my initial strength was organic growth and lead generation. So what I did? I started the coaching business helping others with organic lead generation. And lesson number 3 is start a low risk, high cash flow business first. I think, honest with you, I started all kind of businesses first. I tried the most famous business, dropshipping in the pets niche with my partner now. We first tried starting dropshipping by reselling pet accessories, but yeah, as you may know or not know, we have failed, and we failed miserably. Because this is not a low risk business, and this is a business that requires tons of capital, and for us as a teenagers back then, we didn't have that. We also tried forex trading, which was quite risky business model, and at the end we lost a lot of money. And we tried YouTube automation because we were looking for easy businesses to start. And yeah, we failed miserably in all of them. Just to grasp the fact that I was starting a high risk businesses where I had no leverage is the bad thing here. I had no connections, I had no knowledge and no capital at that time because I burned all the money and I had no knowledge on how this business model works. Yeah, these business models are good, I don't blame them, but the fact that I didn't have knowledge and I didn't have the right plan back then was the reason we failed. Then actually I started my Instagram coaching business because of this reason, because there was no upfront capital cost except for my time. This was a high cash flow business because in this business model the profit margins are one of the highest, since you barely have any expenses. If you run the business solo, your profit margins can be around 95 to 100%, and if you have a team, we are at that point right now, our profit margins are around 80%, which is again insane. If we actually compare this to dropshipping, where the profit margins are around 10 to 12%, and even if I failed this coaching business back then, I would not lose a cent. That's why you should always start a low risk, high cash flow businesses first, and then you can expand into other businesses and potentially investing into stocks, cryptos and all those kind of stuff. Remember, at first you need to invest into S&Me 500. All the credit goes to Alex Hormozi for this. Lesson number 4 is to chase impact, not money. I started all my first 3 businesses for money. I'll be fully transparent with you. There was no other reason for me to start these businesses. It's because COVID hit back then, and as everyone else, I was looking for ways to make money online. Nothing else. I didn't have any passions about these businesses, and I only started them to make money. And guess what? I barely made any. Then I started my fourth businesses to help others, and that's how I become a six-figure earner 1.5 years after that. Because building businesses is all about giving value more than what you get paid for. Lesson number 5 is to forget what others want from you and chase what you want. Sometimes your parents, your friends, and teachers will want different things from you. But at the end of the day, you are the only one that has to live with the consequence of all of your actions. So you better be the one making all of the decisions. Only you know what is the best. Don't listen what others are telling you. Don't listen the advices that your friends and teachers are giving you. Listen advices only from people that are ahead of you. And for me, that was the game changer. When I stopped listening to what advices my teachers, my parents, my friends were giving me, that's when I moved to the next level. I was only listening advices I got from my mentor. Why? It is because I wanted to look like him. I wanted to live life from him. And of course, the only logical stuff is to get advices from him. You know, there is a quote which is, you don't get advices from someone driving a Toyota if you want to ride Lamborghini. Yes, this quote is quite vague, but it is 100% true. Lesson number 6 is to be ready to put in the work. No one actually likes to hear this advice, but if you're starting out and you have no capital for the business you run, you have to invest more time than others. And I'm not saying that you should work like 8, 12, 16 hours a day forever, but I did this to get the momentum. When you start out, you should be ready to put in the work. You're always going to pay the price, like there is no other way around. You have two choices. You either pay with your resources or you pay with your time. If you have no capital, of course you're going to pay with your time to learn everything, to try everything on your own and learn from your mistakes. But if you have the capital, you're going to skip this process by investing into someone who has already walked this path, and you're just applying what he's teaching you and you're skipping the mistakes that he did. That's why I'm a huge fan into investing. And yeah, I invested $10,000 plus in 2022 alone, and I don't plan to stop. I'm going to increase this amount in 2023 in order for our business to grow. Lesson number 7 is addition to lesson number 6, which is to have a routine. Yes, you can put all of the work, but if you don't have the right plan, then nothing matters. And of course, it is hard to stay motivated, but it is easy to follow a routine. You can't depend on the former, but you can always depend on the latter to get things done. That's why I invested not only into business coaching, but into productivity coaching. I got the plan from the business coach, then I learned how to execute this plan from this productivity coach. Because our time is the most valuable asset, and we should learn how to use this time correctly. And of course, to succeed long-term in business, you need to build a routine, because of course you can't be motivated 1, 2, 3 years to do the same stuff all day. You want to have a routine which is easy to follow. And lesson number 8, never ever stop investing in yourself. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have a mentor when I start out. And even nowadays, I continue investing 5-figure amount on people that are ahead of me, because there is no novelty in figuring out everything on your own. Let other people help you, and this way you're going to save your most valuable asset, your time. You want to have an abundance mindset. Money will always come, but your time will never come. That's why you should pay other people for their time, and teach you the lessons they have learned by figuring out everything in the past few years. Just by paying a few runs on someone else, you skip years of trial and error. This is the elite mindset you want to have. And now I have a bonus lesson for you. Lesson number 9. Be grateful. The more you're grateful for what you have, the less you will compare with others, and the more you will start appreciating your life and live in a blissful state. Trust me, you do your best work when you feel happy. I really hope all these lessons will help you, and the only reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I want you to avoid the mistakes I did. And as you may know or not know, the whole purpose of this YouTube channel is to share the lessons, failures and the mistakes I have when building a coaching business. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification button so you don't miss the next video.